I'm not indoors by choice. I can't even keep up with my own rumors and lies and drama. Ugh.
Like, this is supposed to be Vlogmas, but I feel like it's like I have to prove everyone wrong, miss.
Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day, and welcome to the video. Okay, so I have been trying to figure out what I want to do for an intro, and it's hard. It's difficult, deciding on clips without, I don't know, seeming like I'm pulling too much inspiration from the reaction channels that came before me, because that's absolutely not what I'm trying to do. I want my channel to be unique and my own flavor of Amber. Yeah. Okay, maybe that came out wrong, but either way, I took a slightly different approach to the intro. I just thought it was too funny with the raindrops. You guys. As always, thank you so much to everyone that commented and liked the last video. Please keep that up because, oh my god, YouTube's algorithm is not nearly as forgiving as TikTok's. TikTok's blowing up, YouTube definitely lagging behind, but it's not as if I'm doing this for views. It's just fun being able to connect with the community, and if I was able to build a platform off of doing this, that would be fantastic. But for now, I'm so appreciative of everyone interacting with my page and yeah, just being able to connect with everyone. So Amber went live tonight, and oh boy, is it a spicy one. I don't know if it's the Delta 8 or she's just absolutely on her high horse, but we have Smuglynn incoming. So grab a snack, make yourself comfortable. We are about to jump right into this.
Did I just say that what Aunt Tammy did to you and your mother is uncalled for? There's no reason for her to be smearing your family's information across the internet, immature. All right. So obviously we're going to be talking a bit about that. Okay. So first of all, I just want to say, like, genuinely, it's like pretty obvious that my aunt has had a problem with my dad's side of the family, the Reeds, as she calls it, um, since even before I was born. And she's like genuinely taking it all out on me because I went back and I watched the phone call that we had together. I was so clearly disassociative. Like, I'm literally rocking, like that's just a way for me to cope, self-soothe, etc., etc. Like the whole thing was really embarrassing because it's like I demonstrated like a trauma response, but like I went back to listen and I was like in and out of disassociating the whole time. So I wanted to like re listen again. And she still cannot thoroughly tell me what I've done wrong that like warrants this type of behavior from her, especially in the last 2 years, especially in the last five. I don't get it. I genuinely don't. I asked her what did I do in the last 2 years, and she started talking about spaghetti from when I was 14. I don't understand. I never will. It's probably not a concept I'm meant to understand. Um, but she has had it out for my dad's side of the family, obviously since before I was born, and it's very easy for her to take it out on me.
Okay, like Amber says, two things can be true at once. The whole Tammy's situation is a complete mess for a multitude of reasons, but Amber is correct in saying clearly there is a lot of turmoil within their family, right? But Amber's simply saying this to distract from the points Tammy made and what she actually specifically told Amber is the reason why she feels their relationship deteriorated. Now, Amber is trying to be willfully ignorant, or she is willfully ignorant, simply because she doesn't want to confront the fact that she is partially responsible, or mostly responsible, for the deterioration of their relationship. She did not want to hear any of Tammy's real legitimate reasons for cutting off Amber and becoming frustrated with her. And so Amber's choosing to just kind of point at the examples that do paint Tammy in a bad light, which, you know, that's the door that Tammy opened. The whole thing with put the spaghetti down, Amber. Now, yeah, that's hilarious. But we also can't deny that if you look at this from a logical standpoint, what Tammy did by saying that was to her own detriment, you know? You're supposed to be providing facts, but Tammy had her fair share of low blows. So, of course, Amber's going to focus on that part because she doesn't want to understand that this was actually, embarrassingly enough, something that was going on for, I guess you could say, decades, really. And she doesn't want to take responsibility for letting the relationship fall apart, you know? For Amber, it's much, much easier to say, oh, Tammy's crazy. I don't want anything to do with her. She couldn't provide a point. I was having a trauma response. There's just no trying to get through to Amber because she doesn't want to understand. She can say, tell me what I did wrong. I want to understand. But that's just a manipulative technique she's using to basically point and say, well, look, I tried, but you are willfully acting confused when Tammy pointed out A, B, and C to you. So the fact you can't admit to even a single thing that you did wrong and all you're able to do is just, you know, tear up and say, maybe I wasn't the perfect niece. The fact you can't just take accountability for even the smallest thing, that just shows everything that we need to know about the situation. I'm sure that most, if not all of us, have been in a situation with somebody else, whether that's a family member or a partner or a friend even, where this person has done things over a period of time that have upset you. You know, they've been a bad friend to you. Maybe they stole something from you. Maybe they talked behind your back. And this has become a slow sort of erosion of your friendship. And then maybe you have a big fight and they're like, why are you so upset? Like, where did this come from? What did I do to you? And you're so emotional and you have no way to articulate, well, you did this 6 months ago, 10 months ago, you said this and you never apologized. Last week you did this. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I think Tammy described it as death by 1,000 cuts, but Amber just wants to completely ignore that because it's the easiest thing to do when you are wrong in an argument. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best comparison I could make if I had to summarize it. And as per usual, Amber's trying to use this, in her mind, trump card. I was having a traumatic response. I was disassociating. She's saying all of these buzzwords because she wants to make it so any criticism of her reaction and behavior is invalid. She wants to make it controversial to say, well, hey, you could have done this and this. And she's going to say, well, I was having a trauma response. So she's also set it up so that you cannot criticize her actions. Or at least in her mind, you can't criticize her.
She told you why she was upset with you, though. Madison, nothing she said made sense, love. It was very much, you haven't contacted me in the last 2 years since you've been in Oklahoma. And I showed receipts where I clearly did. Um, so it was just a lot.
Nothing Aunt Tammy said to Amber makes sense because Amber doesn't believe anything that she did was wrong. She's not interested in actually hearing out Tammy because how her aunt feels about the situation, no matter what Amber says, in my personal opinion, Amber really does not care. Like, the whole thing with Emily, Amber was a mess for days and days and days. Coming on, doing her live streams, she showed up to work, gotta give her credit there, but poop bun, greasy, not, like rough. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have the right to do that. First of all, it's her channel. Second of all, it's hilarious. And third of all, she's going through a breakup and not just a breakup, but like a tumultuous breakup with someone that's speaking badly about her online. So she can come on looking however she wants. I'm honestly glad that she showed up to work, I guess you could say. But in terms of Tammy, Amber came on, makeup, hair done, the next subsequent streams. So, in my eyes, it didn't upset her as much as she would lead us to believe. In my opinion, not a fact.
Oh, I do not feel good, you guys, by the way. Random fact.
At first, when she said this, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna cut the streams short. But she ended up doing a little over an hour, so the bare minimum. But still, I don't know if this is genuine or if she's just setting up kind of like a scapegoat to miss future scheduled live streams because at first I thought, okay, this is something that is coming across. She's having a real health scare again, which she goes into detail about. But then the more she talked about it, it started to feel disingenuous once more. So I think she's just setting up being able to skip a couple live streams in the future. Basically, what she talks about is she has been having some pain in her thigh area and she's worried that she has a blood clot again, which is entirely possible. So she goes back and forth with the chat about how she's not feeling the best, but then they tell her she needs to go to the ER and she says, "No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine." Then she talks about how her and her mom spoke about going to the ER tonight or tomorrow when she gets off work. Now Amber's always going to have to clarify. But yeah, we'll see where that ends up going.
Ever since this has happened, my mom's mental health has like not only has my mom's but also mine high. I've already told you guys about that, but like my mom's mental health has been like in the shitter. My mom was doing really good with her mental health and everything. And my aunt sits there and she's just like, I was so worried about my sister's like sobriety and like the kind of drama that Amberlynn brings. But yet it's my aunt that's like literally making my mom's mental health go to shit. Like it's not cool, it's not fun, it's not fresh.
Okay, this is a complicated situation because Tammy's actions have obviously had consequences within their family dynamic. I mean, with the grandma, with her sister, obviously with Amber, but I mean, Tammy's not entirely, I guess you could say, like innocent when it comes to that, but clearly the one who is bringing the most stress to Mama Lynn is Amber because Amber is the one that will call her at the drop of a hat and cry and vent to her. Now, she is Amber's mom. That's kind of what you do with a parent, with a loved one. But Amber has made it clear that she's self aware, that Mama Lynn doesn't like drama. She doesn't need that energy in her life. And yet here Amber is doing it anyway. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was literally a clip in one of her live streams where she calls her mom and her mom was like, "Yeah, I don't really talk to her," in reference to Tammy. So, yeah, Amber, I'm sorry if your mom is doing poorly because of this situation, but I think that the main culprit for, bringing drama to her doorstep is Amberlynn, in my opinion, allegedly.
Um, which brings me to my grandma is now no longer speaking to my aunt. So you guys really have to focus in real quick. My aunt is disowned by her own daughter, her own mother, her own sister, her own niece. None of us speak to her. She's literally like, it's all about her. Everything is all about her. She's nothing but drama. Like it's a general headache. Like it is a lot. And a lot of people, her family, literally does not want to be in her life. And it's really sad because my grandma, she has cancer. My grandma is in her 70s. She's going through radiation. Cancer might have spread. Like she's going through a lot right now. And the only way for my grandma to communicate with people is through her cell phone. She doesn't have a house phone. What does my aunt do a couple days ago? She turns off my grandma's phone. My grandma is an elderly woman and she needs to be able to be able to call people in case she needs help for her doctor's appointments, etc., etc. So it's like my aunt is evil, genuinely evil.
When I say that Tammy is not completely innocent, what I'm referring to is the fact that we are not part of this family. We know some things, obviously, that have been brought to the internet, but we will never understand the gravity of what any of these people have been through in regards to each other and just their lives in general. But based off of the information that we have been given, I firmly believe that Amber is the main perpetrator in the relationship between her and her aunt going sour. But I also will say Aunt Tammy does seem to be someone who has issues and, you know, is known for drama within her family. Now, could that also be perpetrated by those family members and not Aunt Tammy? Of course. But if we're speaking from a logical, pattern oriented perspective, you know, like if everywhere you step smells like shit, maybe check the bottom of your shoe, sort of pattern recognition. Okay, well, if Tammy has had all these problems with other people, yeah, maybe there's something to be said about that. But I don't give a damn about Tammy. I want to talk about Amber. Amber is the reason why we're here. Tammy, she's been great. I love how she came forward. I love how she went on Jordy's channel. I love the Kiwi Farms, but I'm saying that because I love the drama. In terms of like a family relationship, oh my God, I would walk into traffic if a family member was putting me on blast like that. So that's what I mean when I say, quote unquote, like Tammy isn't innocent, but that doesn't excuse Amber's behavior. And with all that being said, I, unlike Amber, am going to give Tammy the benefit of the doubt, even with what I've just stated, because guess what? Even though that is her mom, and even though she's going through health issues and she's getting older, I disagree with you, Amber. She does not owe her mom anything. And we have no idea what exchange is going on behind the scenes. I mean, we don't even know if the whole phone thing is real. But what I'm getting from that is okay, maybe Tammy has refused to continue to help her mom with her cell phone. Oh well, guess what, Amber? She doesn't owe her family members anything. And more than that, are you going to step up? Are you going to go, hey, grandma, I'll Uber over and look at your phone for you? Are you going to step up? Because you're acting as if family is everything, blood is everything. I don't necessarily believe that. I think you choose your family. And if you truly felt the way that you say you do, put your money where your mouth is. How about you go help Grandma Lynn with her phone then? Because Tammy has no obligation to do so.
And I also like I had this random thought of like, do I want to maybe in a separate live stream, maybe in a video, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I just feel like my word and my side needs to be shared because when my when Tammy, I was gonna say my aunt, but when Tammy called me, I literally shut down completely. Like you guys saw that. I genuinely couldn't even control it. I completely shut down. And I almost want to like maybe react to that phone call and like say things that I would have said if I wasn't in a state of like shutting down. Say things that I would have said like if I wasn't constantly being interrupted, if I wasn't constantly being berated, if I wasn't constantly being like verbally attacked. I don't know if that's something I want to do, but it's like she decided to put this all online. And I kind of feel like it's only fair that I also get to speak on it.
The double dipping is crazy. Sure, Amber. Plug all of that into ChatGPT and figure out your arguments and sit down and record a video. We'd love to see it.
You guys, I genuinely do not feel good. I had hot Cheetos last night and listen, never again. Like I used to eat hot Cheetos all of the time. My stomach is cramping. I feel sick. Like it is literally the worst feeling. Um,
Wow, that loss of food freedom didn't last very long, did it? Less than 24 hours, Amber. Wow.
Did you see the paparazzi pics from you from Bingo? No, I haven't. I'd love to see them though.
I'm not entirely sure where they originated from, but here are the photos. There's three of them. I got these from Abigail. She posted it on a community tab. Shout out to Abigail. I love her channel. I've been subscribed for a long time. Honestly, these photos, no hate to whoever took them, but kind of underwhelming. When I first heard Amber had some more paparazzi-esque photos, I got excited, but she's not even standing up in these, which I'm sure made her happy because if I was her, I would get anxiety over, oh my gosh, anxiety. I would get anxiety if I was Amber and I, was told, hey, did you see those photos of you that are circling around? Because these are completely outside of her control. And that's what you sign up for as a public figure. But on the same token, I wouldn't personally be very happy about it, especially if I was, walking because waddle waddle.
And also, I'm having this weird like inner thigh pain, and I'm like, is blood clot finally here? So I don't really know. Because as you guys know, my D dimer was high. It was elevated. But yeah, I'm having this like weird like inner thigh situation type deal. And these are all things that I'd probably talk about in a vlog, but which brings me to my next thing. I'm done with the vlogs for now. I'm done with the videos for now. I'm done filming for now. Currently in this moment, I am thinking that probably my next vlog is going to be December 1st. But you guys know me. I change my mind constantly. That's just how I roll around here. That's just how I do things. I'm constantly like changing my mind.
I can't really blame Amber for not wanting to return to pre recorded videos because she is making a lot of money. A lot of money by doing these live streams exclusively. So can't blame her there. Pretty funny that she out and admitted that if she did return to videos, oh, December 1st, because that Christmas paycheck be looking a little different. I guess the money's good enough in her eyes that it would be worth returning for Vlogmas, which I hope she does do because I love when Amber does Vlogmas. A lot of reaction channels kind of, in my opinion, when they would talk about how boring Amber's videos were, I would kind of always tilt my head because Amber literally makes videos where she's standing in one place, moving maybe if we're lucky to different parts of her apartment where we get a different background, eating, sometimes just talking to us the entire video. And we sit and react. Not only do we watch, we talk and speculate. Like, I don't know, maybe her content doesn't have a lot of substance, but to me, I'm here for Amber and Amber's internet personality. I don't care what she's doing, how long the video is. I'm here to analyze her behavior, her words, her appearance. It doesn't matter to me if she lives in her apartment 24/7 or if she's in the Bahamas. Would a new environment be more exciting for entertainment purposes? Yes. But I don't know. Personally, I've always found my entertainment within Amber herself. So anytime I ever heard this is boring, I kind of agree with Amber with why are you watching? That is so weird to me. Like maybe they mean boring in a different sense that I'm not understanding, but for me, Amber is always entertaining. And I would love for her to return to vlogs because I want more things to react to and I also just like her content. I will be the first to admit Amber really is my white noise. Those kind of kooky people that comment and speak to her saying, I do this and you're on in the background. I've never spoke to Amber or commented on one of Amber's videos. I'm like a lurker, I suppose. But that's totally what I do. Like Amber is ingrained into my life in, the way you would have your favorite TV show on in the background. So I wish she would, but at the same time, if I was in Amber's shoes, I would do the same thing.
So what I want to do is no, filming is actually a lot easier, Sarah, than live streams for me. Filming and editing, editing is kind of therapeutic. I love editing. It's so fun. Um,
Okay, as all of you can definitely tell, I am very new to editing. I have a basic understanding of it, but this is very much something I am learning on the fly. So, with that being said, is it fun? Sure. I mean, as fun as any other hobby, but I just don't believe her. I'm gonna say it. I just don't believe you, Amber. I think that she wants to stick to live streams because it is 10 times easier and a lot more, I guess, it makes you a lot more money. I think it's simple, and most people in your position would make the same judgment call. So I don't know why she feels the need to be disingenuine, but that's just my opinion.
so I'm gonna be going live randomly. There's gonna be no set schedule. It's gonna be purely just we're in my live stream era right now, okay? So it's not commitment issues, it's indecisive issues. Um,
Again, I just don't believe her. It's because it's easier and makes you more money. And having a schedule is like committing yourself to a real job where you have hours. And can you imagine if you could just turn your phone on and, crank out 1 hour of work, which is your whole work day, mind you, in this scenario? Of course, I would want to do that too. So it's pretty funny how she's in real time realizing how lucrative and convenient live streaming is in comparison to pre recorded videos. It's interesting to me that she didn't have these opinions prior because she's done live streams on a consistent basis before. So it's weird to me that she's only now realizing, oh, I could just stop doing these pre recorded videos and continue live streaming. I'm making bank. I wonder why she didn't have those feelings before. Do any of you guys have theories as to why? I can't quite figure it out.
I really sorry, I'm trying to also read the chat and see what you guys think. People love the live streams, like, that's obvious. I get more views on live streams. You guys your attention span is longer. Um, so yeah. Let's see here. Thank you, Minnie, for the super chat. You're nothing but a bitch, but I love that because I got your money, honey. Anyone who wishes death on someone, like, you're psycho, like, literally psycho. Anastasia, thank you for the super chat. Lazy quit YouTube if you can't film vlogs. Some people don't film vlogs. Some people are just live streams, live stream people, and I just want to do live streams, and that's okay. I have done vlogs for 13 years on YouTube. I think it's okay to take a break from that. Um, genuinely, how many times a week will it be? At least twice. Maybe more. Maybe daily. Maybe multiple times a day. I don't know. Regardless, there will be two a week.
I'm curious to see if this ends up panning out the way that Amber wants because, okay, yeah, you can pick up your phone and start recording, but that doesn't mean that people are free and able to actually watch the live streams. And the majority of the money she's making from these is from the people that are there in the moment. So we'll see if she can stick to a quote unquote no schedule basis because you might see a sharp decline in revenue, Amber, because not everyone can drop everything the second they get a notification that you're live. I don't think I've caught a single Amberlynn live stream when it was airing ever, just because of my personal schedule. So we'll see how long that lasts. But personally, I believe that Amber's going to ultimately come out with a new schedule, maybe in 2 weeks.
Rebecca, I definitely can move. If someone got a paparazzi picture of me at bingo, then obviously I can move, love. What's with the angle? It's just on my tripod.
Okay, production value, Lynn. Okay, I'm just kidding. Tripod, that clearly means that she had it on the tripod for some other reason and was too lazy to take it off, which means A, she was either filming a TikTok or B, she was filming a spicy video for, a lover. I'm gonna guess it was probably TikTok. TikTok incoming. Maybe we'll have a follow up to Big Mama, the one she's posted most recently.
Paparazzi at bingo is so iconic. I know, I wanna see it. Like, is it real? Um, would you ever do TikTok lives? I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people who, watch me are here. Can you tell us what you ate today? I have so much, like, anxiety about, like, this thigh pain, and my stomach hurts so bad, like, cramps, cramps to the extremitory. Food is not in my radar. Like, I feel so ill. Oh, your mother, thank you for the super chat. What's your birth chart? You don't give Cap energy. Definitely a Capricorn. Sorry, December 27th, 1990 is my birthday.
The photo on screen right now represents the expression I made when this super chat came through because Amber is the most Capricorn to ever Capricorn. I don't know what that person smoked, but clearly it was stronger than whatever Delta 8 Amber got her hands on this morning.
Um, go to the ER. Oh, that's cute. Why? Don't scare me. Please do not scare me. I already have the anxiety. Please don't. Um, so it's really weird as hell. Like, why would someone invade your privacy like that? I don't know. They're gonna say like, oh, you're a public figure, so we're allowed to take pictures of you, which is very true. Um, it's not in my calf, it's in my thigh. I meant to say thigh. And you can have blood clots in your thigh. It's very much a thing. But I will say, before I get cellulitis, I do get like groin calf pain due to like the lymph nodes there. So I'm like hoping maybe that's it. I'd rather have cellulitis so that I can get rid of that with quickness because I'm so used to it. It's something I've experienced since I was a teenager. I'd rather not have a what you call it. But as for the hospital, like literally, it's so crazy. I'd rather see my doctor, obviously, but with something like that, like it'd be like scheduled in a week, and by that time, it's like, oh. So I might go to the hospital tomorrow. I don't know.
Not to be rude, I'm talking in regards to Amber, but I cannot imagine my health being so poor that just having some kind of mysterious calf pain causes me to debate whether can I wait to see my doctor about this or do I go to the ER? Like that's just next level for me. I don't have, thank God, like any chronic illness, but I'm not talking about the people that need to heavily monitor their health. My heart goes out to you. I'm talking about Amber. Amber in her entirety. That is just insane that you have even reached the point where this is a concern you need to have. Oh, my leg hurts. You know what I do when, God, even when I just find something that looks different, like you get, I mean, we're human beings. We get little skin tags or maybe even like a mysterious bump or a bruise. Girl, I ignore that for weeks and then it just goes away. And I'm like, well, I guess I was right. It was nothing. Thank God, knock on wood. But like, Amber, Amber's at a point in her life where just her leg hurting means, should I go to the ER?
Girl, you gotta be over 600. No, I'm not, but thank you for the super chat. I think she does give Capricorn. Hey, listen, guess who else was a Capricorn? Guess who else was a Capricorn?
I'm pretty sure she's talking about Emily here, right? If I remember correctly, while she was in Wisconsin, it was, towards the end of the year, like November coming into December. And then, like the beginning of December, she drove back with Emily to Oklahoma, referring to how Emily is a Capricorn isn't sassy shade or whatever, though, that Amber kind of has the tone for. So I'm wondering why that's on the forefront of her mind.
Live weigh-in. I mean, if you guys want to send me like $500, sure. Oh my God, listen, that's genius. I know. If you want me to step on that scale, I mean, God, the big bucks. Just kidding. But yeah, that's what a lot of live streamers do. That's why TikTok, that's why YouTube, they set up the thing to where you can have goals. It's for people to e-beg, if you will. And I rarely do that. So don't come for me, please. Everything got a price. Exactly. Exactly. So when it comes to like updates regarding like my weight and my et ceteras of it all, um, I'm probably just gonna do those via live stream. Like everything is just gonna be via live stream as of right now because that's just like where I'm located, how I feel is the best for me.
Honestly, if Amber started to do that on live stream, I might actually respect her more. That would be so funny. Are you joking? Okay, you guys, send me $500 and I'll show you my leg. This is peak entertainment in 2025 we are witnessing.
Have you spoken to Beck? I did text them. Yes, I did.
So, if you guys are unaware, Beck has recently posted an update to their channel. They haven't posted anything in a long time. I think the last we heard from them was through Mr. Snowflake. But basically, you can see the community post on the video right now. I think there's 4 pages, I believe. Beck is probably one of the unluckiest people I have seen on the internet ever. I feel so bad for them. Please read the entire community post, and if you would like to, go donate because I am completely on Beck's side. If I was in their shoes, I would ask for money too. Are you joking me? This is ridiculous. Also, notice how Amber kept it moving real quick after throwing up some heart hands because she knows if she lingers on that topic too long, she's gonna put her foot in her mouth. Although I don't think she's that flexible.
Um, yes, everyone pray for thank you for super chat. Pray for Beck, positive thoughts and all of that, please. Hi Josephine, how are you? How are you? Um, my entry in the pool is Rosie betrays you. Wait, what? My entry in the pool is Rosie betrays you. 10, 11, 25. Ew, so you think on October 11th, 2025, Rosie is gonna betray me? I think so, because I know things that she doesn't want the YouTubes to know. So it's like if she betrays me, it's like why would you betray someone who knows like private stuff? Why would you betray a friend? I don't understand like the way that people think, you know?
Pretend for a second that somebody says to you, I think your best friend is going to betray you. What would your response be? Would you say, they're not going to do that because I know so much about them. They could never speak on me because they know I'm going to tell everyone their business. Or would you say, what? No, they would never do that. That's not in their character. You don't know our relationship. I trust them. I know them. They wouldn't hurt me like that. Well, if you're Amberlynn, your first go-to is option A. Um, Not the words I would have picked first, but you know, to each their own.
Oh my god, I want to see this. Excited. Oh my god, I love you, paparazzi. I'm so special and unique. Paparazzi more. I don't give a fuck. Um,
Amber is trying so hard to convince herself and the audience that this doesn't bother her. And I think she is having some kind of war of feelings inside of her. As in, on one hand, I do think, my opinion, Amber agrees with her own words. She says, kind of offhandedly earlier in the live stream, people will say, because I'm a public figure, they can take photos of me. And that's completely true. So I do think that she feels that way. But on the other hand, she feels this breach of her own privacy. So she kind of has these two concepts knocking heads with each other. But it's really funny to see how much she shows out about it. She acts as if she doesn't care, but over the top to the point she really cares. And like I said before, I believe it's because it takes control away from her. It takes away the control she has about how we perceive her and the way that we get to see her. And expanding on that, if you guys remember, Tammy mentioned how when she would be able to see Amber on FaceTime with Amber's mother, Amber would be showing the ceiling, saying she doesn't look good enough to be on camera. And a lot of people were saying this was just a form of control exercised by Amber. The only thing she's exercising, clearly. So I think that it particularly bothers her because her presence is something she will weaponize.
hell bitches. Look at me. I'm out in the fucking wild, bro. I'm out in the wild. Look at my mom's hair. She looks so cute. My mom did like a like her hair is now since she cut off so much, like it's like curly, so she like did like a little little scrunch type deal. Look at me. Wait, so that was before. Wait, when was this? I'm trying to gauge because there's my friend there. So I don't see my stepdad. Okay, yeah. So this was like right when I got there. I am genuinely okay. I'm trying to figure out. So there's a glass. So that means this person was in the non-smoking section because I sit in the smoking section because my mom smokes. Duh. And I walked right past them to go to the bathroom, and I remember them staring at me. Okay, this is why didn't you get a picture of me walking, girl? Because you don't want them to see how mobile I really am. Oh my god, I actually live for this. I'm not gonna lie about it. I look kind of cute too. I'm wearing the same earrings as I'm wearing today. Yeah, I don't care about stuff like that. Like genuinely, I don't. It's just like come say hi. Don't be so scared. You know. Anyway,
If Amber being so over the top about how she doesn't care about being paparazzi'd wasn't enough, well, her immediately criticizing and implying that the person who took the photos was afraid of her and how she would have preferred them to have the balls to come up to her. Well, yeah, that pretty much says that she views this person in a negative light. And why would you view them in a negative light if you're bothered by them?
it's so funny when people take pictures of me and then they don't come up to me. I wanted them to come up to me so bad. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Um, you should go to the ER when your mom doesn't have work. Yeah, she said she might take me tomorrow after work. I don't make my mom skip work, love. So the leg, I'm good. I'm good. But you take her away from other things. A trip to the ER consumes so much time. Catnip, how old are you? Do you have a daughter? Would you take her if she needed you? If not, you're a bitch. Point blank pure.
I understand why some people think that Amber is extremely disrespectful. I mean, you have eyes and ears, don't you? That last clip is pretty telling. But even though it is her live stream and her channel, it is super rude to talk to people the way that she's speaking. However, I'm totally here for it. Controversial opinion, but Amber being her authentic self, the way that she's been on these live streams, the way that she's let loose and just kind of thrown caution to the wind, I am eating it up. Wouldn't you much rather have this than some kind of polished fake version of Amber that we honestly get most of the time, especially with pre-recorded videos? This is so much more genuine. Genuinely genuine.
Why are you charging fans to interact with you? It, literally, this is what YouTube like is for. This is why YouTube made these things. I'm not doing something that literally maybe 50,000 plus other people aren't doing. So stop coming for me. But thank you for the money. Like what? Ugh. I get rude to people who are rude to me first.
Ah, yes, Amber's favorite form of immunity. Well, they started it.
Amber, my girlfriend showed me to your content years ago. Oh my god. Well, thank you for staying. Hi. Hello from a non-member. Hi, Irony. How are you? How are you? Um, yeah, like if I want to show you guys something. Okay, so this is the chat now, right? Watch this. Watch what's about to go down. I cannot think straight. Okay. Watch. Anyone is able to chat now. Anybody. I just want to show you what I mean and why I have it on members. Okay. I just want to show you. Health issues after Beck's. Oh boy. This has nothing to do with Beck love. But thank you for the money. Let them free. I should have like a other people do this. They have like a goal where if they reach it, then all they call it the grays. The grays can speak. But yeah, it just moves really fast. Um, chat too fast. Yeah. This is actually kind of slow to be honest. Usually it's faster. So we're good over here. Um, yeah, I don't see any reaction channels chats moving like that. Oh, I'm so sassy. I love it. Sassy Lynn. Um, it's fine though. So that is very much the reason why I have to have members only. Sure, I could slow down the chat, but doesn't make much of a difference, I'll tell you that. But I do appreciate you guys wanting to speak to me. It's very, very nice, very, very sweet. I appreciate it.
Well, I guess we can stop speculating, you guys. The reason why we can only have members only chat is because the chat just moves too fast, because Amber's too popular. If we had a regular chat, nobody would be able to read anything because all of us want to talk to Amber. All of us want the privilege to speak to her. So, for our own sanity, she has taken the liberty of making sure only members can speak. I mean, we don't want her eyes to get tired from all that reading, do we?
I will not weigh myself again unless I'm sent $500.
Amber has been a lolcow for a really long time, but she's going to reach her final form if she actually starts to monetize things like that.
Denied my diagnosis for years, didn't get help until I was 19 because I refused to admit I had it even after being hospitalized for months due to symptoms. Yeah, Alyssa, like when I first was diagnosed, I did not tell YouTube because for one, I didn't want to be like, oh, you guys were right. Because so many people would tell me that I had it. And I was like, what the fuck is even that? Like, no, I don't have a personality disorder. Like I literally am fine, you know? So then when I was diagnosed, like I didn't tell people until months later because I genuinely was like, this cannot be real. And then during that time, I was seeing a psychologist, and then I stopped because I moved, and I was learning more about it, and like it genuinely opened my eyes because things made sense. Like things finally made sense where like circles were able to go into circles, squares were able to go into squares, where in the past the squares were trying to go into the circles and the circles were trying to go into the squares. And if you know, you know. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then obviously you don't know what I mean and you've never experienced not understanding why you are the way you are and thinking that like something's wrong, but this is my normal. I don't understand why I'm like this, but other people aren't. And then when you finally get that diagnosis and you become aware, you're like, what the fuck? There's other people out there like me who can relate to this? It it's crazy. It's crazy.
I guess that does make sense. If I was looking for something to justify my bad behavior and give me immunity from criticism because I can hide behind the shield of a mental disorder, yeah, I would feel tremendous relief once I found that golden ticket.
I'm convinced that the haters are jealous. I don't think that's what it is. I think they just are very miserable in their lives because happy people do not treat people like this regardless. Hate them or not, or hate me or not, like if you're a happy person who loves your life and loves yourself, like you just genuinely do not sit around treating someone like this. And that's just like the psychology of it all. So
Okay, so when you're speaking about bullying as a concept, I do agree that somebody will only really be interested in bringing another person down if they themselves are lacking in something. You know, whether that's they're having a bad day, they have a personal vendetta against this person, they're jealous towards this person, but that's not what we're doing here. We do not bully Amber, or at least most of us don't. The people that do are weird and should be removed from the internet. But the majority of us in this community are mostly interested in examining Amber's behavior and commentating and criticizing it. Amber is a lolcow. Amber is a public figure. Amber is somebody who's put herself on the internet for others to observe. Therefore, Amber's argument is completely based off of a twisted perspective, like usual, that only serves her narrative instead of the popular opinion. Also, since it's fresh in my mind, I'd like to point out that by Amber's own logic about, well, if someone's rude to you, you have the right to be rude in return. You are very rude to reaction channels. Even people that don't even criticize her or go in on her the way that the larger creators do. So, with that in mind, doesn't that mean they can say whatever they want about you because you were rude first? But it doesn't work that way, does it? When it doesn't benefit Amber, it doesn't work that way. Okay, okay.
what is Winnie the Poohing? Oh no, I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing pants, folks. I'm wearing pants. Even if I wasn't wearing pants, when you wear a dress, you're technically not supposed to be wearing pants, and 9 times out of 10, I'm literally wearing a dress, so that makes sense. Um, it's your house, exactly! Yeah, I'm literally wearing pants, but even if I wasn't, who cares? Yeah, and my boss did not give a fuck about that. Um, but yeah, if you guys wanna see my pants, sure. Pants haul! See? Like, what the fuck? Pants tour. These are weird, we have weird folks up in here, folks. We have weird folks up in here, folks. Leg reveal. Sit down air is crazy, I just know it. Not if you bathe yourself daily. What the fuck?
The haters can never say that Amberlynn is greedy because she could have easily charged $500 for that leg tour, but instead, she gave it to us for free. How gracious of her. Obviously, I cut a lot from this live stream. I think it was a little over an hour, but there wasn't really anything else for me to go over with you guys. So, with that in mind, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps support the channel. I am extremely grateful for your presence. I hope all of you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye.